Hello, NBA fans. Daily news about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a fan of the Lakers show and I hope you'll subscribe to the channel and give it a like. The Lakers are being asked to sign a player who wants to return to the NBA. Victor Oladipo is an all-star and is returning to playing good basketball. Being alongside stars like LeBron James and Luka Doncic could encourage Oladipo to return to being a great player and help the Lakers in the rotation or become an important sixth man. The Los Angeles Lakers have a roster that appears to be stronger and deeper than the one they ended last season with. But it could still use a little more help as they look to become legitimate championship contenders. Their backcourt rotation looks a little suspect right now. Newcomer Marcus Smart should add defense and toughness, but Gabe Vincent has historically been an inconsistent three-point shooter, and Bronny James likely isn't ready to get any minutes. Los Angeles could use a two-way guard who can defend, contribute on the offensive end and infuse it with some speed. Dean Simon of the Sporting News suggested the team sign a player some may have forgotten about, Victor Oladipo. If the Lakers view their chances of realistically competing in a loaded Western Conference dipping on a nightly basis to begin this season, then desperate times might call for desperate measures, Simon wrote. In that case, former Indiana Pacers star and the NBA's 2018 Most Improved Player Victor Oladipo will be waiting in the wings to receive a shot at a triumphant NBA comeback. Prior to Monday night, the injury-riddled 33-year-old had not stepped foot on an NBA court since the 2022-23 season as a member of the Miami Heat. Oladipo faced off against the San Antonio Spurs for a preseason matchup with the CBA's Guangzhou Long Lions, a contest that saw the 6'3" guard finish with 20 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists and 5 steals in 28 minutes of action. Los Angeles's top brass, among other teams, likely took note of Oladipo's strong return against NBA competition, especially due to his wonderful defensive impact. It wasn't long ago that Oladipo was a legitimate stud in the NBA. After he was the number 2 pick in the 2013 draft, he averaged 17.5 points, 4 assists and 1.7 steals a game during his first 6 seasons. He was named to the All-Star team for the 2017-18 and 2018-19 seasons, as well as the All-Defensive First Team for the 2017-18 campaign. But he has been riddled with injuries ever since, and thus, it is understandable why teams have been reluctant to sign him or even give him a chance to prove that he can still play. In Oladipo's last season to date in the NBA, he put up 10.7 points, 3.5 assists and 1.4 steals in 26.3 minutes a game while shooting 39.7% from the field and 33% from three-point range. Lakers second-year guard viewed as negative trade asset around NBA, report. The Los Angeles Lakers will enter the 2025-26 NBA season expected to be a contender in the Western Conference thanks to their superstar duo of LeBron James and Luka Doncic. Of course, the Lakers finished third in the West standings last season but were unable to advance out of the first round of the playoffs as they were eliminated by the Minnesota Timberwolves in 5-1. Due to this, Los Angeles elected to make some major additions to their roster this offseason as they signed DeAndre Ayton, Jake LaRavia, and Marcus Smart in free agency to fill some noticeable holes in their roster. By making these moves, the Lakers are looking to clinch a top seed in the West once again this season as they try to make another run at a championship. While the Lakers are looking to make a title run this season behind James and Doncic, they may also elect to make moves ahead of the trade deadline to upgrade their roster. Dalton Knecht could be used to land Lakers another key player. If that is the case, Dalton Knecht could be used in a potential trade to land the Lakers another key player to bolster their roster. For Knecht, he was once viewed as one of Los Angeles's key trade assets, and he was even traded to the Charlotte Hornets last season for Mark Williams before the trade fell through due to Williams failing his physical. Dalton Knecht viewed as negative asset. Despite this, the NBA's view on Knecht has reportedly changed this offseason, primarily after his struggles in their first preseason game where he made only one of his 12 field goal attempts. According to The Athletic's Dan Woik, Knecht is now viewed as a negative asset around the NBA and the Lakers will likely need to attach another asset to move him if they choose to do so this season. The Lakers didn't move Knecht this summer, with anything the team possibly able to get for Connect not worth giving up on the potential that's still there. But after a rough preseason debut where he shot 1 of 12, scouts left Palm Desert as pessimistic as ever, one even calling Connect a negative asset, meaning the Lakers would need to attach pieces to incentivize a team in a trade, Woj wrote. This is a massive report by Woj and one that the Lakers likely do not want to hear, as the young guard was likely one of their top trade pieces for them to land another key player this season. For Connect, he was the 17th pick in the 2024 draft by the Lakers after he surprisingly fell in the draft. During his rookie season, the 24-year-old guard averaged 9.1 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 0.8 assists per game while shooting 46.1% from the field and 37.6% from three. Of course, Connect struggled in the second half of last season after the trade that sent him to Charlotte fell through, and with his struggles to begin the preseason, his trade value has now taken a massive hit according to Woj's report. Despite this, the young guard still has a ton of potential, and if he can have a strong start to the season, his trade value could return to where it was last season, which could allow the Lakers to move him for another key player if they choose to do so. Lakers predicted to cut ties with $66 million veteran duo to build around LeBron James, Luka Doncic. The Los Angeles Lakers will open the NBA regular season against the Golden State Warriors. But before the games begin, LeBron James has already sent the basketball world into a frenzy with what some are calling his second decision. Many speculated it might signal his retirement, a shocking move if true. Obviously, the biggest and most shocking news would be of his retirement. James is 40 years old and will be 41 by the end of the season. James has hinted at and/or teased his retirement too many times to count in recent years though, and James has said that he is not going to sit around and wait for his younger son Bryce to reach the NBA like many people have assumed of him. If James were to announce his retirement, he would likely do it before the start of the season so that he could have a farewell tour around the league, USA Today's John Hoefling wrote. Despite the speculation, it appears James still has one thing on his mind: winning. LeBron wants to compete for a championship, Rich Paul told ESPN. He knows the Lakers are building for the future. He understands that, but he values a realistic chance of winning it all. We are very appreciative of the partnership that we've had for 8 years with Jeanie, Buss, and Rob Pelinka, and consider the Lakers as a critical part of his career. As the Lakers look to build a contender around James, two names that could be on the move are Maxi Kleber and Gabe Vincent. The same can't be said for Gabe Vincent, $11.5 million, and Maxi Kleber, $11.0 million, both of whom may be on the fringes of the rotation. If an opportunity presents itself for an upgrade at some point this season, those two are among the Lakers' best salary-matching chips, Fansided's Brian Toporek wrote. Vincent has yet to find his rhythm in a Lakers uniform, and Kleber has only appeared in one game so far. If either, or both, are moved in a deal, it wouldn't be considered a major loss. The question now is whether other teams see value in the duo. A trade would likely require another piece to be added, but it all depends on how much Kleber and Vincent are worth to potential suitors. Bronny James underwhelms with Lakers, struggles to make impact ahead of Warriors clash. The Los Angeles Lakers are gearing up for their third preseason showdown against the Golden State Warriors this Sunday, but Bronny James has yet to make a significant impact during the team's initial outings. Drafted as the number 55 overall pick in the 2024 NBA Draft, James has experienced a rocky start to his professional career, showcasing the challenges young athletes often face as they transition to the NBA. In the 2024-25 season, Bronny participated in only 27 regular season games, averaging a modest 2.3 points per game while shooting 31.3% from the field over 6.7 minutes of playing time. His performances have largely been overshadowed, with fans and analysts alike eager for signs of the talent that had fans buzzing during his high school career. James's most notable performance came on March 20 against the Milwaukee Bucks, where he managed to log 30 minutes on the court. In that game, he recorded 17 points while shooting an impressive 70% from the field, 7 to 10 FG, along with contributing 5 assists, 3 rebounds, and 1 block. This glimpse of potential had Lakers supporters hopeful for a breakout moment, but consistency has remained elusive. Development with the G League. Last season, Bronny demonstrated flashes of his capabilities with the G League's South Bay Lakers, which further fueled optimism about his future. His time in the G League provided him with valuable experience and the chance to hone his skills against professional competition. It's likely that he will continue to develop in that environment as the season progresses, allowing him the opportunity to refine his game and build confidence. As the Lakers prepare to face the Warriors, the eyes of fans and analysts will be keenly focused on whether Bronny can turn the tide and deliver a performance that resonates beyond the box score. The road ahead is steep, but for a young player still finding his footing, every game serves as a crucial step in his journey. JJ Redick's concerning behavior puts Lakers in jeopardy amid LeBron James' issue. The NBA preseason is well underway, with all eyes on the Los Angeles Lakers. JJ Redick's side is expected to be among the favorites this season. However, it's safe to say they've not started the preseason in true contenders fashion. The purple and gold have looked lackluster and suffered back-to-back defeats against Phoenix and Golden State. While these losses might not seem much on the surface, given that they are just from exhibition games, it might be an indication of what's to come for LA. With the regular season just a couple of weeks away, the preseason presents teams with an opportunity to get warmed up before the actual competition. As expected, most of the teams use these fixtures to get any of the rust their stars might have picked up during the long off-season. However, that's not the case with the Lakers. JJ Redick hasn't fielded either of his superstars, LeBron James and Luka Doncic. In fact, even Austin Reaves sat out Sunday's matchup against the Warriors. Of course, the Lakers head coach's behavior has raised a few eyebrows. Lakers insider Anthony Irwin can't seem to wrap his head around Redick's unusual tactics for the preseason. Although he acknowledged the reason behind LeBron James' absence, he went down on the rest of the decisions made by the LA coaching staff. Well, come on, man. We're with Luka, he's entering his prime. He played a few games over the summer weeks ago. He can practice, you know, Irwin said. Like it's Austin Reaves, like, it's also not as if this team is coming off some crazy playoff run last year. Y'all got your kicked in the first round. That's why somebody asked me, like have you ever seen a great Lakers team be this flippant over the training camp? And I was like, not a team that got embarrassed in the first round. Well, the reporter does have a point. It's not like the players are coming off a short off-season. If anything, they got extra time to recover after being knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. Although you could argue that Luka Doncic had a grueling summer, with him participating in the FIBA Eurobasket representing Slovenia, even he can clock in 10 to 15 minutes. Irwin concluded by a simple question, but if you're sitting here, a week into training camp, and the only thing that appears to matter is health and recovery, after a really long off-season. Then what are we doing, honestly? It seems like the purple and gold is taking the preseason pretty lightly. While it would have been one thing if they were coming off a deep playoff run and had a proven roster, that's not what we're looking at right now, are we? This should be a reason for concern for the Lakers nation, who are hoping this will finally be their year. Now, will these questions prompt JJ Redick to change his ways for the upcoming preseason games? That's something only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, if the Lakers do lose their next preseason game against the Warriors once again, it will not look good for LA. More so, given that Redick won't have any more excuses to hide his questionable decision-making. Meanwhile, the purple and gold have suffered another massive blow in the preseason with a huge LeBron James update. The Lakers receive a grim LeBron James injury update. The Los Angeles Lakers fans have been eager to see LeBron James take the court during the preseason as he enters his 23rd year in the NBA. However, they will have to wait a bit longer. This comes after ESPN insider Shams Charania gave a massive update on the 40-year-old forward's health. While JJ Redick already confirmed that James was absent due to a glute injury, no one expected it to be a serious one. But Charania's report has changed that. I'm told LeBron James has started to ramp up here, he said. He's doing a little bit on the court. But I'm told the expectation is still he's likely going to be out for the preseason. the goal being to be ready for opening night against the Golden State Warriors. He's doing more and more on the court, starting to do more basketball activities, but we'll see if he's ready to get a game in before the regular season. Well, this shouldn't be much of a surprise given James' age. The 21-time All-Star's presence in the league, given his age, is quite commendable, let alone his competing at the level he does. So, instead of ramping up, James ideally should not be worrying about getting minutes in the preseason and focus on getting ready for the opening night. Still, it's a bummer for the Lakers, who look like in dire need of his help even in the preseason. Now, it will be worth watching if this issue is just a small one or something big, as the new season edges closer. Austin Reaves praises Bronny James for preseason play. The Los Angeles Lakers would love to see Bronny James take a leap forward and become a legitimate rotation player in 2025-26. The 2024 second-round pick showed high-level growth in his rookie campaign and over the summer, and it's showing itself as the Lakers begin preseason. One player who has seen much of Bronny's growth up close is Austin Reaves. The Lakers' third option is in for a massive season of his own, as he can enter unrestricted free agency in 2026. And the former undrafted guard knows what it's like to have to earn his way in LA amid plenty of pressure. Reaves was highly complimentary of Bronny's work thus far in training camp and the preseason, speaking to what he's seen from the second-year guard in September and October. "He's been good," Reaves said after practice on Tuesday. "Obviously, he didn't shoot the ball as well as he wanted to the first game. I don't think he took bad shots, all his shots were good. They all looked good. Like he said, some of them hit front rim, maybe due to JJ running us, laughs. I don't mean that, JJ. He's become a really good player. We went golfing the other day and that was the first thing I told him. We were driving down to the fairway on hole 1 and I was like, I just need to let you know that in preseason and even before that, you've been one of the better players out on the floor almost every day. Just continue to do that. He's a good kid, has a good head on his shoulders, is all about the right stuff and just wants to compete and get better, so shout out to him." It hasn't been clear up to this point exactly what role Bronny might play with the Lakers this season. There were rumors early in the postseason that he could be upwards of a 15-minute per night player, but he could just as easily end up spending some time in the G League with how crowded the Lakers' guard rotation is. Bronny still likely needs some consistency in his jumper in order for him to be a true NBA rotation player, but the strides he's made up to this point are truly incredible to watch. Bronny James feeling more comfortable. Last season was filled with outside noise due to the Lakers deciding to draft Bronny James, the son of LeBron James, in the second round. Given who his father is, unrealistic expectations were placed on Bronny when he needed time to develop. Following a health scare, Bronny needed to take his time and get reps in the G League. To his credit, he looked great with the South Bay Lakers and began to turn the corner in terms of a competent basketball player near the end of his rookie year. Heading into his sophomore season, it remains to be seen whether James will crack head coach J.J. Redick's rotation. As the 20-year-old adjusts to the NBA lifestyle, he shared that he feels more prepared and comfortable than he did a year ago. Gabe Vincent is a valued member of Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers have as much star power as anyone in the league in Luka Doncic and LeBron James, but it's role players like Gabe Vincent that can be the difference in the playoffs. Vincent's first year in Los Angeles didn't go according to plan because of a knee injury, but he returned fully healthy for the 2024-25 season and became a key contributor off the bench. While Vincent's box score numbers won't jump off the page, he is a steadying presence on both ends of the floor that head coach J.J. Redick trusts. The guard's role may fluctuate, but Redick appreciates what he brings to the table as a player, via Spectrum Sportsnet. Gabe and I have talked about it a ton, and whether he likes a role, doesn't like a role, you're gonna get the same version of him every single day. Tonight was an example, I just like the pace that he plays with. Chase action, coming off pick and roll, he just has a natural way of moving with urgency and we for sure need that and we'll continue to look at ways to allow him to play to his strengths. Redick also praised Vincent for his leadership capabilities and what that means for the locker room. It's really difficult. Again, we've talked about it. I lived it as a player, so I can relate to it. It's hard, but having that guy in our locker room, again another night where I thought his leadership was very obvious. He's a valued member of our team regardless of whatever the on or off-ball role is. Vincent got his first taste of preseason this past weekend against the Golden State Warriors, though it came in a loss. Regardless of the result, Redick had to be pleased with Vincent, who played hard on both ends and kept the team together through some tough stretches. The veteran guard is a stabilizing presence whenever he's in the game, and Redick can certainly appreciate having someone who won't complain about their role. Vincent isn't a household name, but he's the kind of player that the best teams employ. Gabe Vincent happy to be healthy but wished he made bigger impact for Lakers in 2024-25. Gabe Vincent was limited to just 11 games in his first year with LA, so it was good to see him healthy for the 2024-25 campaign. While Vincent admitted he was happy to be healthy, he wished he made a bigger impact on the team. Austin Reaves has honest admission about LeBron James' retirement rumors. Los Angeles Lakers fans woke up very nervous on Tuesday because there was a chance that LeBron James was retiring. Instead, James' highly publicized announcement was actually an ad for Hennessy. Now, Lakers teammate Austin Reaves is speaking about the decision 2.0, and he's glad that James isn't hanging up his jersey. Obviously, people thought he was retiring. I'm glad that he's not, Reaves said. Reaves isn't the only one glad that James is sticking around. He is still a hugely important player even though he is going to be 41 years old in December. For years, James was the heart and soul of the Lakers and their most important player. That is changing a little bit because the team now has Luka Doncic, who is widely viewed as the future of the franchise. But that doesn't mean James is suddenly unimportant, and the Lakers still need him in order to find success. James didn't announce his retirement on Tuesday, but there is no doubt that his final days in the league are coming soon. No matter how much he works out and how he treats his body, he won't be in the NBA forever. Reaves and the Lakers are aware of that, and they are putting together plans to survive without him. Doncic is a major part of their plans, of course, but the front office is also adding more talent that will keep them competitive in a post-LeBron era. Still, they don't want that era to arrive soon.